Hi friends, in this video we are going to see the usage of final keyword in the Java programming. There are mainly three uses for the final keyword. The first usage is using the final keyword we can create the named constant. The second usage of final keyword is it will prevent the method overriding, and the third usage is it will prevent the inheritance. So now by seeing a demo, we will able to see the usage of the final keyword. And the environment I am using is the Eclipse environment. So here now I am going to implement the three uses of final keyword. The first usage of final keyword is to create a constant. So since you all know what is meant by constant, so constant, once the value is assigned, it cannot be changed. In Java, to create a constant variable, you can use the final keyword. So final double the pi value equal to 3.14. So again, I am going to display the value, pi value. So when I execute, I am getting the pi value. Later, I want to change the value. So pi is equal to some 12.4. So immediately I will get an error. The final variable cannot be assigned. That means that the final variable will create a constant. So constant values cannot be changed later. The second usage of the final keyword is it will avoid the inheritance. You know what is meant by inheritance. So again, I am having a class called as base class. I am using one method called as display, and here I am using a method called as sout display base. Then I am using a derived class which should be extends from the base class. In the derived class I am going to use a method called as greet, and this method I am going to use with sout greetings from the derived class. Okay, so I have created the base class concept, derived class concept, that is inheritance concept. Since you know to create object for the derived class, so again I am going to create the object for the derived class, new derived. Okay, using my derived class object, I can access the display method and also I can access the greet method. So both the methods are inherited. One is from the base class and another one is from the derived class. Okay. So in some situations, you don't want a class to be inherited to the another class. You want to avoid the inheritance. So you don't want to allow the class to be inherited inside the another class. So in such cases, you need to use the keyword called as final to avoid the inheritance. So if I put the final keyword, immediately I am getting an error because final keyword, the usage is avoid the inheritance. So if I make this keyword final in the base class, it means that this class is not allowed to be inherited. So you see here I am getting the derived class cannot inherit the base class. You cannot inherit the base class inside the derived class. So to avoid inheritance, you can use the final keyword in the base class so that the class which is given with the final keyword will not be inherited to the subclass. So this is the one usage of the final keyword. So the last usage of the final keyword is to avoid method overriding. Since you know what is meant by method overriding means same function with same signature, but one method is available in the base class, another method is available in the derived class. So I am going to add the same method greet, which is with the same signature inside the base class and also in the derived class. So sout greetings from the base. Okay. So now when I create an object for the derived class and call the greet method, I know now my base class also have the greet method, derived class also have a greet method. So when I execute it, you have already know the derived class greet method only get executed, not the base class greet method. Okay, that is method overriding. If you have the same method name in base and derived, the method in the base class get hidden from the method in the derived class. So when I access the derived class object, it can access only the derived class method. And now I don't want any method from the base class to be rewrite in the derived class. Okay. So already in my base class I have a greet method. I don't want the derived class should also have the same method name. Okay. I don't want to implement the same method inside the derived class whatever I am have it in my base class. So in that case, I have to put the keyword final here. Okay. So it means that I am making the greet method need to be unique. It will not be override inside the derived class once again. I don't want to write the same functionality greet inside my derived class. So see here, cannot override the final method from the base. Already in the base class, this method is made as final. So it will not be allowed to override in the derived class. So you will get an error. Okay. So these are the three main usages of final keyword. The first usage is creating the constants. The second usage is avoiding the inheritance. The third usage is avoiding the method overriding. Thank you.